I don't know a whole lot about this, so I don't want to go too in depth with it, but there's basically this new program. It's still in beta, but it's like an AI program that is wicked smart. I don't know how it does this, but you guys are going to be absolutely mind blown when I show you what it does. I think this is going to like completely change, honestly, everything. This is the first time that I've ever seen like AI where I'm like, oh wow, this could completely replace industries of like, again, I don't know coding. I don't really understand AI in general, but I had a friend show me this and I was mind blown. And so I wanted to just pull it up and show you guys this because I know you are going to be mind blown. You ready? Watch this. So I can type something in and it'll basically give me a real-time response. Write me a short story about a man that has a hog, but also has an extreme anger problem.
Put in whiny.
Are you doing it anonymously, or are you, like, where are you getting this from?
It's just the first thing that came to mind. John has always been a bit of an odd duck. He loved hogs and had one of his own.
Okay.
But he also had an extreme anger problem.
We're working on it, Ev.
Whenever something didn't go his way, he would fly into a rage, and those around him would quickly back away. No one is specific here. All right, okay, so that's
John's
just like...
hog was the only thing that could calm him down from his outbursts.
He would take long walks with it, and the hog seemed to know that John needed it. It would lay its head on his shoulder, and John would... I didn't know it was that long.
Whoa. Have you not seen the picture? Hey, we're not getting into specifics here.
One day, John was walking with his hog, and another man bumped into him. John was about to explode, but the hog saved him from himself.
Wait.
It jumped in between him and the other man, and John suddenly remembered the calming effect his hog had on him. He took a few deep breaths and realized that it had been about to make a huge mistake.
It basically responds to whatever you type in there in real time.
And this is just one avenue of AI. You know, like there's like writing, and there's like visuals, there's like videos, there's like deep fake, you know.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing.
Everything.
I wish I had this when I was in college, dude. Holy shit, I'd have to write me essays and stuff.
You can change things over here, but I think you can set it to like write you an entire story.
Type in there what's
Like
the
an entire
easiest
book.
what's the easiest way to make money.
Who is the YouTube channel CYCD?
What? C-Boys TV is an American YouTube channel run by the Tyler brothers, Logan and Jake.
Stupid.
They feature a variety of content such as vlogs, gaming, and more. Their channel was created in October 2016, which is true, and currently has over 4.3 million subscribers, which is
Adding something to
not
us.
true.
All right, it's still a little stupid. It's in beta still. It's in beta still.
This thing is
It's got the hog story down though, you know.
Yeah.
But that's how I also feel like a lot of the AI, like almost everything that's out right now as far as AI is like, it's in beta, which I don't know what that means, but.
Dude, I feel like this will just get really good, and it'll almost like write your text for you. You know, there's like predictive text, and it kind of sucks ass now. But like, you'll probably be like able to text, "Can you grab me?" And it'll just like
fill it in.
Yeah.
Right, because when Ben types something out, it really just fills in details around what he said. However, it was all grammatically perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Ask the AI system why Micah threw up in your office.
Why did Micah throw up?
It's so specific.
It's gonna think you're a rock.
This is an impossible question to answer given the limited information. You would need to ask Micah why he threw up in order to get an answer.
We did ask him. He won't admit it.
I lied about it.
Okay, hold up. Write me a story about a business partner who got drunk and threw up in his partner's office.
All right, this will be the true story since no one seems to know it.
Yeah. This is the accurate story.
John had known his business partner Joe for years. They had worked together on many projects and had been successful in their career. One evening, Joe and John decided to celebrate the success of their latest project with a few drinks. Neither of them intended to drink too much, but before long, Joe had had a lot much more to drink than John. Joe, uncharacteristically
we're
dizzy
lying.
and still drinking, decided to head back to the office to continue the celebrations. Noticing how much Joe had to drink, John warned him against going back to the office, but Joe insisted he was fine and made his way there. By the time John arrived, it was too late. Joe had gotten so drunk that he'd been sick all over John's office and was passed out on the floor with a bowl of rice. John was beyond furious and horrified at
With
what
a
had
bowl of
happened.
rice?
Shut up.
No.
Oh.
This was a huge mess that one could potentially hurt their business if word got out.
Yeah, what were you two sneaking off going back to your office for? Joe and John?
John was able to clean up the mess, but it didn't solve the underlying problem. Joe was too drunk to work, and John had to find a way to keep the company from damaging their business. He decided to put an embargo on the office, only allowing himself Joe in. What?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to start doing this.
So that's what I love about it is like you give it a little something and it gives you a very proper, well worded with big words, grammatically correct response or paper or story to anything.
I'm gonna start using this for all my podcast responses. You guys are asking me a question. I'm like, one sec.
Ben's like, yeah. But I mean, and that's just one avenue of like AI. Like that's wording. It can write you stories. I remember Ryan mentioning something a while ago about like lawyers using it.
Yeah, so I saw a thing on like Twitter, and it was basically like all you had to do was like type me a lease agreement, and it would just like type up a whole lease agreement in like a second, which you would normally have to pay like thousands of dollars for.
Right. Which
Well, at
for
least a couple
stuff like
hundred.
that, it makes sense. It's almost like all that information is cut and dry, so that the AI could do that.
Do it.
Like sometimes
Based off of old information.
I worry that like one day, not to a full extent, that AI could take my job. It's insane. I mean, you just now you can go to
Jumping
certain
jet skis?
No, just the graphic design part of it.
Oh, okay,
But you
never
know,
mind, yeah.
you go to a thing and then say like create this, and then it just does it. Create a logo, it just does it. Obviously, it doesn't fully take the job of the creativity mind of a human, but like it could take, it could take the generic logo illustration right out of artist's hands, which is kind of
Which
cool.
is kind of
but-
wild because creativity is like the hardest thing to make up. Like you can't, well, I guess apparently you can, but you can't code creativity.
Right.
Coming up with something new. It could probably just reuse old stuff.
Or I guess that's kind of what it does, but it produces so many different versions of it that either one, you're bound to like, or two, you're bound to take inspiration from.
So are you telling us on this very podcast, in this one 40-minute span, that you threw up in Ben's office and you're also easily replaced by the internet?
I think so.
You're not doing yourself much favor.
I know,
buddy.
like,
Just keep
I
your
started
mouth shut over there,
diving
buddy. I'm just
into-
giving you advice.
Tip of the iceberg on this AI stuff, which I haven't
Next
I'm just
podcast.
kidding. It's a computer.
It's us reading a computer.
Fuck, dude.
We took Mike's advice.
You guys would have. Hey, all I gotta say is
replaced
a
him.
computer can't throw up in your office and lie about it.
You are right. You are right about that. No,
would
I'm
be
just
nice.
kidding, Mike. You are truly an invaluable member to this team.
Too funny.
God damn, but it is funny.
Just showing all of his cards.
I got a
Good thing you
couple
don't
more
work
left.
anywhere else, Mike. You'd like convince them to be like, yeah, you know what? We don't need him.